Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Joshua and this is Rooftop. In this workshop, we're going to be continuing what we have created previously. So, as you read the title, we had started creating a drawing for the Christmas at Hogwarts, and this is what we have done so far. So, if you haven't seen this, you can go and check a previous video. And for those of you who just want to look at me paint this, welcome. So, let's begin. Okay, so I'll just make this back to normal. There you go. All right. Okay, so for this, I'm going to do watercolors. And initially, I said I was going to do acrylics, but I realized that this type of effect, you wouldn't really get it that accurately with acrylics, but it's okay. Hmm? So now when we start with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my eraser actually. Now, why is that, you may think? And that is because, hold on. Okay, 1 second. I'll just set this right. Yeah, there you go. So, why I said eraser is because if you look at all these lines, they're very dark and we don't want it that dark. So, I will just very lightly make sure your eraser is flat. So, you can just keep it on your table and make sure it is flat, and then just start dragging it down like this. Not with too much pressure, but just enough to remove all the dark lines. Okay, that should be plenty enough. All right, so now I will start off with some of the lighter colors. So the lighter colors would be around, so we can start with the castle actually at the back. All right, so for the castle, I'm going to start off by taking some blue color. So I'll just wet whichever colors I need to use. And this is a good practice, before you start painting, just take some water and put it on the colors that you are going to be eventually using. I'll put some on the black, some on this yellow. Anything else? No, so that seems good enough. All right, now bringing back my palette, over here I'm just going to take a little bit of blue. And let me try this blue. Yeah, this one seems a little better. Okay, so I'm going to take some of this blue and just start applying it over here. Yeah, there you go, just like that. And we'll keep some gaps in between to show that there is some light passing through as well, or some light reflecting. Okay, like that. And one thing to keep in mind is that when you paint with watercolors, your paint tends to dry out much lighter than what you initially put. Just like this. Maybe that might be a little too much blue, but let's see. Okay, honestly not bad. This seems pretty decent enough. Okay, just like this. I'll bring this part a little bit down. Yeah, there you go. Then I can put a little bit over here as well. Alright, now to darken this, I will add a little bit of red color in it. Okay, and then we can start okay, that seems pretty good. Okay, and then I will take some brown color here. Oh, watercolors you're saying to use acrylics. Okay, so I think everyone's message just came together all at once. Yeah, so initially I was going to use acrylics, but then I realized that it would take me a little longer to finish this painting with acrylics as compared to watercolors. So I decided to stick to watercolors only for now. And yeah, here we are. I'll take some brown, mix in a little bit of blue, maybe a little bit of yellow ochre, and some brown and some blue. Not too much, I don't want it to turn greenish in color. But I just wanted to have this sort of burnt kind of look. Okay, like this. Yeah, there you go, that's a nice color. Oh, hey Kashinath. Okay, there's a lot of water in this, so I don't want that much also. And then I'll just start pulling this down like that. And then the same thing over here. So Neha, this painting was initially supposed to be done in watercolors itself, and then I did see acrylics, but again, due to the shortage of time, we wouldn't be able to finish this in acrylics in one session. So yeah, what was my first artwork and what was it about? So if you ask my very first artwork, that is like before I started learning, when I used to just draw, I used to draw a lot of tribal art. Tribal art in the sense, like how tattoos are there, that sort of a style. That is what I initially started off with. And then after that, I started to draw anime, since I used to watch anime. Still do also. But yeah. So that's basically how I started drawing, with tribal art first, and then a bit of anime as well. And then I started getting into colors. So then I tried drawing a lot of different stuff. Yeah, that is how I started. So I started off by drawing anime, but now if you ask me, I cannot draw anime for the life of it. I've been so accustomed to realism that anime just feels a bit difficult. Actually, I've drawn the whole thing pretty dark as we're about to use acrylics. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, you can. So, what I did before starting this, right, was I took my eraser and lightened it up. So, even if you did paint it, draw it dark, it is still okay. since we'll be using a few dark colors, so those pencil marks will be hidden eventually. But I'm glad you did draw it though. I didn't expect you to already have the drawing ready for this workshop. I thought maybe you could do it much later on once this is done. But nice. I'm glad you did draw it though. Yes, I'm doing now. Okay. So now, for quite some time, you've been asking me what colors have I been using and all of that, right? So what you can do is you can put yourself to the test. See what colors you see on the screen and try to replicate it. And if you cannot replicate it, then you can ask me. That way, it will help you understand, how to mix colors also a lot better. So once the workshop gone, the whole excitement also gone. That is true, because then there's a break in between, right? And that interest also comes down. It's understandable, because then that whole flow only gets ruined. But unfortunately, I have a time schedule, so I have to finish it in set time. Once I missed 11 p.m. one. Oh, okay. 11 p.m. Oh, I had done the Christmas sock painting. Okay, there, and then I can darken few of these areas here. That's a little too dark, so I'll just take a little bit more brown and add a little bit more water to it. Now I feel like that's going to be a little too light. No, actually it's not bad. Okay. But you're going just hop in the stream for fun. Oh, okay, Kashina, no problem. Thank you for joining. I think you have your classes as well, right? Okay, like that. 1 second. Hmm. Okay, so now that we're done with that part, I can paint a little bit of the smoke as well for the train. So for this, we need it pretty light. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start off by wetting the paper first, like this. So this is just water that I'm applying down right now. A little bit there. Of course, over the chimney as well. I'm not applying the water everywhere, only wherever I see the smoke going. And if you want to check where all the water has been spread to, right, just like move left and right and you can see the reflection of the light. So there, like this is what you will be seeing, and then you can understand that, oh, okay, the water is over here, and here maybe I need to fill in this part a little bit, and maybe this part a little bit there, and then you can take your blue color and then start to apply it down over here, just like this. Now don't put this everywhere that there is water, just wherever it is needed. And just because you put water in one place doesn't mean you need to paint that place. Okay, like this. And I will take a little bit of blue and I will add maybe just a tiny bit of red into it, a very small amount, so that I can darken this blue a tiny bit and then put in the darker colors like this. And if you feel that, like say if I put over here, if you can see this sort of blotting, then put your brush flat down like this, and then you can just spread it around like that. Then it will automatically blend. There you go, just like that. Maybe add in a little bit more red. A little bit this side. Now over here I can just spread it out a little bit. Now see, that is still too dark, right? So I'm just going to remove any excess water that is there in my brush by painting the other areas. And then over here I can spread this out a little bit. Yeah, there you go, just like that. Or I can even clean my brush and then pick up all this extra water that is there. There you go. Okay, so now we are done with almost 20% of the painting. We still have a lot more work to do in the background. We have a bit of black over there, but I will use black at the very end, because if I use black now and then clean my brush, then my water is going to get dark. So even if I try to paint like this over here, it's going to look like black. Let's remove that. Okay, now I'll start off with the tree. So for the tree, I'm going to just take some plain water on my brush and then paint the tree out with just some water. And make sure that the water is spread nice and evenly, because some areas of the paper might dry out a little too quick, or it might not absorb the water properly, which can then lead to you having some empty spots in between. So I'll take a little bit of this green and add a little bit of brown. That is a bit too much. Okay, and then I'll just put a very light layer down here. Yeah, there you go, just like that. Then a little bit at the bottom also. And now I'll take the same green color I'll take the same green color, add a little bit more water to it, and then I will darken it with some red. Again, not too much. And again, I need to do this before the water can dry. Yeah, there you go, just like that. And then over here, I'll spread it out a bit in the middle as well. So now I'm just going for the much darker tones first. I'll apply some there, a little bit here, a little bit down, and then I'll clean my brush, remove, I'll keep my cloth here so you can see, and then I can just spread these in between. Maybe I'll take a little bit of water and a little bit of this color as well, and then just spread this color nicely like this, and we'll keep some white spots also in between. Yeah, there you go, just like that. And then I can darken this up a little bit more. Take some blue, take some red, take some green. And then just not pour, but put a few drops just like this. Wherever needed. And if you see I'm dabbing the brush, that is because I'm not trying to spread it right now, I'm just trying to deposit all this paint onto these areas. Just like that. I think a bit here also I can just add a few strands of a few stems sticking out like that. Nice. Okay, and then I will do the same on the right. Just like this. Okay, so that's all the water down there. Then I will take a little bit of green, spread it onto this, maybe a little bit more. A little bit this side as well, just sticking out a little bit. Give this some pointiness. I'm not sure if that's a word. Yes, I'll take that part up. Yeah. Okay, and then I'll take this color that I initially made. And put this down there. Okay, now clean my brush. Now the reason why I'm leaving the train for the last is because it's going to take the most amount of time as compared to all of this. So due to that reason, I'm leaving the train and I am focusing more on the background first and then the foreground. Okay. I'll take some blue color. I'll just add a bit of water to it. this color. Actually, it should be okay. Could be a little brighter, but that's fine. Like just a little bit over there to add a touch of this color there. Maybe I can just take some blue and spread it out over here. Same way here. And just add some of this blue color below the wheels, or near the wheels you could say. Okay, that much seems to be done. I'll take some yellow now, a little bit of water, mix it nicely, and just apply it over here. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to start painting the train. So for the train, I'll start off by, I'll just clear some of these colors that are there that I will not be using. I'll just move this paper first to the side. And see over here in the corner, if you're using the cover like me, you'll have quite a lot of water deposit down there. So make sure you clear out that as well. Okay. So I'll start off by taking some red color over here. Just like this, and then I can start painting the train. So this part is going to be black, and from here it's going to start turning red. So over here like this. Just like that. I'm keeping some white gap in between. Okay, so I think I made only 2 over here. There are 3 there, but that's fine. So I will paint this side also. Like that, and then I will take a bit more of this red color and then paint this area as well, just like this. So I'm painting it according to the shape. Over here, just like this. There you go. And I will do the same for the back side as well. I'll put this there. A little bit this side as well. Okay, so now wherever I see red, I'm just filling in this red color that I see. So I won't paint it exactly the same. I'll simplify it down a little bit so that it doesn't get too complicated also. There you go, just like that. And maybe a little bit over here. Okay. Like this. Now I can mix in a little bit of black into this red. Then just start darkening these areas here. So not everywhere, but most of it. A bit over there. And we're going to keep it a little bit textured also. This part here. This area as well. So you see, by the time I've done only this much, I would have finished not only the castle, but I would have been halfway through with the tree as well. Which is why I kept this for the very end. Okay, and then even for this part also, yeah, there you go, that looks pretty good. And then I can add a few darker tones for these wheel-like structures. Just like this, and then a little bit this side. Coming up. Yeah. Over here also. So I'll take a little bit more red for this side. I'll just make that Oh, I can take this actually a little lower also. Yeah, like this. There you go. So now what you're seeing me do is I am working with layers. Okay. And then I'll take a little bit more black in this red. I'll add a bit of water, a bit of red, a bit of black. Okay, I think for this area, excuse me, I'll use a thinner brush. Okay, and then from here, I'll just draw a straight line down like that. Now remember, this is dark red, it's not entirely black. So I will still apply this to where the red color is being used. Yeah, there you go. That looks great. A little bit down there, then down this side as well. Over here, maybe a little bit, not too much also. This side, it is needed quite a bit. Okay, then I'll take a little bit of paint with the water and then start drawing lines like this. And then the same thing here, just like that. And see, automatically it looks like windows. If you go to see what I actually did, I just drew a few lines and then a couple of dots on top. But when you look at it from afar, I'll just make you forget whatever you just saw. And now if I put it down, they look like windows that are there. So you see, painting is just a simplification of whatever you see. Yeah. And then a little bit here, just like that. This a little bit here. Okay, now we can start working towards the black. So for the black, what I'm going to do is I'm not only going to use black, I'm going to take some blue color first and put it down here, and then I will take some black and mix it in. Now you might be wondering, why am I taking some blue if I just need to paint it black? And the reason being is this. So now I'll just lighten this a little bit and then apply it over here. So this also has a little bit. So if you see this part, when I lighten it up, it looks a little bluish in color. It's not going to look very gray, it's going to look pretty blue. Like this. Yeah, there you go, like that. Then if you feel that it is still a little bright, you can just leave it as it is. We'll focus on the other sides, like this over here. So Neha, how's it going? If you haven't caught up to me, don't worry about it. Take your time when you're painting or when you're doing your painting. There you go, just like that. Hmm? Now, if I want to darken this, you can see how you can still see through, right? So let's take a little bit of water, mix it in here, take some black and some blue. And then I will come back and paint over this area here. Just like that. And then the same thing for the chimney as well. There you go. And I'll take a bit more of this and apply it to the bottom as well. And remember to keep a little bit of a gap here. Just when I said keep a bit of a gap, my hand slips. Okay, that's fine. It's not a very big mistake. Just like this, and I'll take this paint again, apply it onto this side. So Now if you see, this is much lighter. That's because there is quite a bit of water added to this. Then over here as well, I'll put some down there, a little bit down here. Some onto these. You see, very roughly I've put it, because then I'm going to add the darker color onto it much later. Over here I'll add a little bit. Over here as well. Yeah, there you go. It's turning out great so far. Okay, and then on to the other side. Thin line here, a bit over there. Okay, now this side, what I'm going to do is, I'll take just some water and just put it onto the top, sorry, towards the middle side, where the dark and the light connect. Sounds poetic. Okay, I'll take this, start from the bottom, and then eventually start going upwards like that. Just like this. And then you can just add a few dots over here to get that soft merge onto the top. Yeah. Maybe I can add a few strokes there. This part also we will need to darken. You take a bit of water, some black, some blue, a little more black. A bit there, and then some of it over here. A bit over here as well. Yeah, there you go. It's turning out great. So you can just darken these parts a little bit more, so you can get a nice depth kind of feel to it. And then this side here. Just like this. And then I'll take a little bit of water, spread this around a little bit, all the way up. Then take some more blue, take some more black, and then fill this area up. And here I can add some of the wheels. So this also, I just keep it very rough. You don't need to be very precise for this part, except for the roundness of the wheels over here. Just make sure the line is fine. Like that. And some of it over here. Just like that. Wow, there you go. You can see how it has all started to come together. Let me see, what else can we do? Am I missing out something? So there are some yellow colors also. I think since I already have this black color, I'll just use it wherever it is needed now. So for example, over here in this building, a little bit there. Just like this. And I'm being very spontaneous as well. I am double checking, but I'm not thinking too much about it, if that makes sense. A little bit this side, and then yeah, there you go. Okay, now I'll take some yellow color. Just make sure you have enough water. So yellow and some brown color I'll mix. And I will paint this area here. Okay, it's on. Just like that. Maybe a little bit more yellow. That turned out a little too brownish in color. A bit of this yellow onto this side. In the front as well. Towards these corners. Okay, I'll take this brown color, a little bit of this darker one as well. Then I'll make this star nicely. Little bit there. And yeah, I think that should be good. Yeah. So that has been our Christmas at Hogwarts painting. Hmm. So, like I said, this is a much more simplified version, and this is the final painting that we have made. So, I hope you enjoyed this workshop. And if you have created this with me, you can send it to me on our WhatsApp group, which we have down in the link in our description. So, I hope you enjoyed that workshop, and I will see you all again tomorrow. So, take care and bye bye.